Hello class, Professor Gustafson here. I'm going to go through the quiz for the preliminary chapter and to give you some feedback on it. There weren't too many problems with this quiz, so this probably won't take too long. And if I ever don't cover anything in these videos, that I'll do one for each quiz, you can always follow up with me if you want more feedback beyond what I'm giving you. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of scroll through and talk about some different sections. This may not be the order in which you took the quiz because it's randomized, but anyway, all the activities should be here. Okay, so this first one here is just vocabulary, and there really were not too many problems here. You just had to put the letter with the vocabulary item, so not really any problem there. All right. Tú or usted, so listen to each conversation and decide whether it is formal or informal. So you have the formal you in Spanish, which is usted, and the informal, which is tú. So all you had to do was listen for that, and there were different clues. Let's see if I can get one to play here.
Hola Clara, ¿qué tal estás? Bien, ¿y tú? Muy bien, gracias.
Well, if you could hear that, you heard the tú, so that would be informal, and you would click informal. Anyway, I think there were not too many problems on that one either. Okay, this one, use the picture to match the name of the student with the statement that best matches where he, she sits in class. And this is a review of those expressions of location. Al lado de, entre, delante de, enfrente de, and so on. And of course the use of estar, which is used to express location of people and places. And yeah, not really too many problems on that one either. All right, select whether the following statements refer to Carmen, Jorge, or if it's not clear, no está claro. So here, so in Spanish, you have masculine and feminine nouns. Verbs do not have gender, but nouns do. And the adjectives which describe the nouns have to agree. So romántico is the masculine ending, because you can tell by it ends in O. So that would be Jorge, which I guess is right there. All right. Atlética ends in an A, so that's Carmen. It's feminine. Inteligente, so if an adjective does not end in an O, then there's only one form for masculine and feminine. So inteligente does not end in an O, so that could be a man or a woman. So you'd mark no está claro. Atractivo ends in an O, that would be Jorge. Simpática ends in an A, that's Carmen. Sentimental does not end in an O, so there's only one form, masculine and feminine, so no está claro. Optimista, no está claro. Again, all the words ending in ista can be masculine or feminine. Okay, then the following forms of the verb ser, which is probably the most common verb in Spanish. So tú eres, Elena es, yo soy, Pedro es, usted es. Not too many problems there. Okay, and then this one you had a list of expressions and which one you would use in each context. You bump into somebody, so you would say perdón. You were leaving, but you'll see your friend in 2 hours. You say hasta luego. Someone says gracias, you say de nada. And next page. Your friend's dog has just passed away. You say lo siento, I'm sorry, or you ask your teacher for help. Por favor. And your friend buys you a cup of coffee. You say gracias. All right. And then here they spelled out the words, and you had to write the words as they were spelled. Let's just do the first one here.
E-S-P-A-N-O-L.
So that would be español. So you may have had to listen to those more than once, which is good because the more times you listen to it, the better you'll get, the more you will understand. But I don't recall there being too many problems on that section either. Okay, and here we had a dialogue, and you just had to fill in the appropriate one. It was really no problem there. Another listening here. So you said to write the number, so
$19.
19, just as simple as that.
$53.
53, and so on. Okay, and then the times here. So this is the time at which something happens. So that there's two things with the time. There's que hora es, what time is it now? And there's a que hora, which is at what time does something take place, and this is the at what time. So The Walking Dead es a las 4. I have to write it out there. 4. Duck Dynasty es a las 5:30. And también la lluvia es a las 6:15. So the was already given for you there, which means at in this case. So Duck Dynasty is at 5:30. 5:30. Okay. Another one of these expressions and contexts there. Okay. And this dialogue, now this was a little bit tricky. You had to maybe do by process of elimination. But that by process of elimination you could probably figure out, even if you didn't know all of them. So this is Rosa and Leo. So, hola Leo, ¿cómo es tu profesora de español? What is your Spanish professor like? Hi Rosa, all my professors this semester son muy inteligentes. And that's plural professors, so the only one here that's plural is inteligente, so it has to be that one. ¿Y cómo eres tú? What are you like? Soy estudioso. So you can tell by the answer. She says, I'm studious and very creativa. Sorry, simpático, because it's Leo. So you can tell by the response that the question is, what are you like? ¿Cómo eres? Okay. And then, y tú, Rosa, muy tranquila y creativa. Has to be creativa because it's Rosa. And so it's got to be the feminine form. So by process of elimination, you can figure those out. Okay. And this was pretty easy as well. You had 3 pictures and 3 conversations. And this is actually in the book. Almost the exact same images were in the book as well. And you really only had 3 options. So there weren't too many problems there. Or Spanish spoken. So United States, it's yes, sí. There's like 50 million Spanish speakers in the United States, so even though we're primarily an English-speaking country, you'd say sí there. Guinea Equatorial is in Africa. It's the only Spanish-speaking country in Africa. Mexico, of course, yes. Chile, of course, yes. Brazil is no. Brazil is Portuguese-speaking. That got a few people. And back up. Filipinas, yes, because that was a former colony of Spain. This section is not too bad. All you had to do was put in an appropriate adjective, but some people did not make the adjectives agree, right? So Maria is a woman. The easiest answer here is inteligente. You could put other things, but you had to use a feminine form. So you could say estudiosa, but you have to make it the feminine form. So Carlos, any masculine adjective that's logical will work. Teresa, again, is a woman, so if you have an adjective, it's got to be the feminine form. If there is a feminine form for the adjective, because some just have one form. Antonio is a man, so religioso is probably the best answer there. And Alejandra is a girl, and so honesta. But anyway, you had to have the feminine form there because it's a woman. All right. Numbers.
6,
6, and so on. Okay. And then the dates. So, this will be el 14 de febrero. And remember, you don't capitalize months. So, 4 de julio. 31 de octubre. This one could be el 1 de enero. Or you can also say el 1 de enero. El 17 de marzo. That's how we do dates in Spanish. Okay, and then math problems. Not too many problems here. 4, and so on. All right. This was easy as well. Drop-down menu. No problems on that section generally. And then you said forgetting. So that's everything for this quiz. If you have, again, questions that were not addressed here, just do let me know, and I will be happy to give you more feedback. Hasta luego.